Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh. Now, when you look at color purple, it's a clear indication what this woman, Alice Walker, and Gloria Steinem, and the other Jewish guy, Spielberg, they all had the conspiracy to confuse the mind of the children of Israel, and especially the daughters of Israel. Because the men, we didn't really pay this movie no attention. We didn't like the movie due to the demonization of the man in the movie. But, it turned out to be a comedy movie. Uh, because it was propagated and pushed so much in our community, and the women gravitated to this movie like nobody's business. Now, you look at there's two elements in the movie that really stick out, and the elements of the movie is a witness to this lady Alice Walker, who aborted her baby and married some white dude. Then she turned out to be a lesbian and started writing other books bashing men, all because her uh, brother shot her in the eye with a BB gun or some mess like that. You know, so they first they got these two kissing when they were little girls. They kissing each other in the mouth. A lot of people say, "Oh, when we first were seeing the movie, we was like, why is they kissing each other in the mouth? We don't do that in the hood. Like, in our communities, we don't kiss each other in the mouth. We kiss our children in the mouth, maybe when they real, real small babies. They don't even know what the heck going on. That we might kiss them in the mouth, but and that's even a rare thing. But very, very small babies, we kiss our babies in the mouth. But once they come out of the baby stage, sisters don't go around kiss. Maybe mama and daughter might kiss each other in the mouth. I done seen mother and daughter, especially in the tribe of Benjamin. Mother and daughter will do it. But especially with the tribe of Judah, mama and daughter is not kissing each other in no mouth, and not even kissing each other in the mouth as little kids. So for them to show this in the movie with these two sisters kissing each other, that was a stretch, and a lesbian stretch, because she the one who helped write the movie with these other two dragons who was deeply involved and invested, Spielberg and Gloria Steinem, the feminist icon. So then you got Suge and Celie. Suge and Celie, they kissing each other, uh, dating the same man, and then they start having a relationship with each other. And at the end of the movie, they not with Mister. First of all, Mister over there on the other end with that darn mule he got, that horse he got with gray hair looking ugly, peeking over the hill trying to see what Celia got going on. And then they show Suge, she run up out of nowhere and go to smiling. Now we see Hoppo with Sophia, Oprah Winfrey. He kissing on Oprah Winfrey. It's another sister, whoever on this corner with some man standing there by a car. But Suge, she's standing by herself. So they trying to indicate that Sheila and Suge got together at the end of the movie or at the end of the day. They was Sheila's husband was bold faced, just boldly cheating on her with another woman, bringing her to the house. You see, then it wound up being like a threesome situation where both of them sleeping with the woman. Then at the end of the movie, the woman and Celia get together and live in their daddy house, and Suge in Nettie daddy's house. Now the sister come back and reunite with Celia and kiss her in the mouth too. So she living as a gay woman, kissing this other woman in the mouth, and then a sister pop up and they kissing. You see, it's just too obvious the crap that they pushing on our women. And see, in 1981 or 83, whenever this movie came out, it was not a lot of movies on the scene. Spielberg and the Jewish community ruled Hollywood with a rod of iron, like we gonna rule the kingdom. They ruling it with a rod of iron. You got to do some kind of homosexual act just to get involved in their movies. You got to put you got to be a major sellout like Judas with the 30 pieces of silver. You got to sell out your Hawashai, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, to get in their movies. They not finna just let you walk up in their movies. They already mad that you the real Jew and that they people stole your identity and they living like Hitler got mad at the end and say y'all living a Negro religion. Y'all copying a Negro religion. You know, he wrote a whole book about the thing. Say, why is y'all out there? Y'all talking about these people inferior, but you out there copying their freaking religion. Is you crazy? He like, y'all got us looking bad. We supposed to be the rulers of the earth and the superior race. Blonde hair and blue eyes. We got to make that the superior race. Why is y'all trying to focus on these Negro religions? You see, you making us look bad. We trying to rule with a rod of iron. So they using film to get the children of Israel to indulge in lesbianism. And the sellout, the Judas, Alice Walker, she was the one pushing it. She wrote a book about it. That was selling off the shelves. A lot of the women, and even these young women in their 30s, they done read the book. Did you read the book? I like the book too. Then Fantasia, she made it even more famous when they went and doing that stuff on Broadway. They took it to Broadway, so now you can go to a Broadway show in New York City and you can watch this propaganda film made by the Jewish peoples and Judas Iscariot, the sellout, the devil, is the wicked Israelite that hate their own peoples. You can go watch this at Broadway now. And that's all it was. It's a major propaganda film. They kissing all. She talking about Celia. You got a pretty smile. She kissing on her. So yeah, she got a pretty smile, all right. Y'all some nasty carpet munching, Edomite loving, selling your own people out fools. Now, you know when you go to Romans chapter 1, verse 25, I think, it said, who changed the truth of God until the lie? Who was it? And it was the red dragon, the Satan, the devil, these red Edomites the so-called white man off the rip. Then you got these other Negro minions that's following they lead, that's pushing that crap, because she got it from the dragons anyway. Her and Gloria probably had a relationship. That was her Gloria's side chick, cause Gloria Steinem had married some white dude, but she probably had a side chick, Negro woman, and it probably was Alice Walker, who sat around, uh, hanging around the whole community of Jewish peoples. Probably dealing with her husband and his Jewish family. They met probably at a wedding or something. But yeah, these people got a propaganda film. That's all Color Purple was. Got the man beating on Nick Seeley, trying to sleep with his sister, uh, cheating on her, bringing a woman all into the house. Come on, man, ain't nobody operating like that. Who is you fooling? That's why it was such an amazing movie. Talking about her, calling her black and ugly, Come on, man. Who is y'all fooling? We know this is a propaganda film to separate the children of Israel from each other. You got to put a magnifying glass on this movie, because this movie in the 1981, and then when you hit us with the propaganda film, guess what else you hit us with? Homosexuality went public. Had some tennis player died of AIDS, or had AIDS, and he was a homosexual, and he was a famous tennis player. So through his fame, just the whole notion of being a homosexual and having AIDS popped up on the scene. Then they were saying that gay people was bringing the AIDS on the scene. And when they had went into the laboratory, these red dragons went into the laboratory and created that. So they creating AIDS, throwing it out there in 1981, 83, throwing Color Purple propaganda film out there. They just pretty much in 1975 got these computers and then Microsoft operating. So they coming strong. Soon as the 1970s hit, they went on attack mode, because they seen that we had them almost woke up in 1969. We almost fully woke up in 1969, and they was thoroughly afraid when they saw us standing on our feet as a standing army. The children of Israel, the northern kingdom was rioting, and the southern kingdom was rioting. The Hispanics was protesting and marching, and because see, that's what an army do. An army march. See, you got to look at things on a simple level too, because the Hispanics was marching, and the tribe of Judah and the dark tribes was marching. Armies marched. We was a standing army. We stood up on our feet, and these dragons got scared, and they knew that they had a short period of time from that point on. You see, and then that's why they hit us with AIDS, start pushing homosexuality, start pushing this abort your children, women do what you want, wear pants, play the role of a man, sleep with another woman. They hit you with crack cocaine and heroin and cocaine, sniffing cocaine. You see, they went all out. And it all started in 1970 when we woke up and we was causing heck. 1969, they shot Martin Luther King in the head, and they smothered him in the hospital once he got to the hospital and killed him. You see, So these dragons been orchestrating the whole operation, and just like Revelation 11 said, when we stood up and started marching, both kingdoms, both witnesses, you see, start marching. We stood up on our feet in 1969. In the late 60s, that's when they were standing up on their feet, and that's when this dragon started operating. And what, 5 years later, 10 years later, they hit you with a propaganda film called Color Purple and really up the ante on the women and start focusing on the women, because the women uh is the key to the nation. Once you get the whoredom going, like Leviticus 19:29 say, when you prostitute your daughter, the whole land or the whole nation is gonna be full of wickedness. So you got to focus on the women. That's how you make everything wicked. Now, you got Suge and Celie standing by this house. How in the world these women in the house together? Where's Suge's husband? Suge done voiced up. Her husband ain't on the scene. They could have showed him standing to the side. They gonna show this woman standing to the side. The one that was dealing with Hoppo, she's standing on the side. They got Celie coming out the house, Nettie coming out the house. You see, and then it's a man over to the corner. He's sitting around in a chair, and it's another couple hugged up on the corner. So only thing you can think of is Celia and this woman together. Cause she ain't got no husband on the scene. She ain't just walking around there visiting either. Cause this is a surprise. Now this ain't no. The sister said she was coming, and everybody come to the house and see the sister coming. She said, "Well, we ain't had no company supposed to be coming by. Who these people out here?" You see. So these woman, Alice Walker, trying to say, Celia and Suge got together at the end of the movie. They became a couple. And Mister got his raggedy behind over there on the other side of the field walking his horse. Him and his horse is a couple. See, that's how these dragons operate now. Now, this other Judas right here, Quincy Jones, who got Will Smith famous and Queen Latifah famous by being on his management think company. Then he got Oprah Winfrey with this movie Color Purple, and he already teaming up with Alice Walker with her lesbian self. We already know Tupac exposed him. He trying to get Tupac to sleep with him, and Tupac trying to marry his daughter. Tupac like, man, I'm not doing no homosexual act with you. I'm trying to marry your daughter. Why are you trying to get me to do some homosexual stuff with you? You see, he cast Will Smith in the first movie Will Smith was in. He cast him as a homosexual, getting pumped, getting, sexual, having sex with a man. Queen Latifah, some of her first stuff was being a lesbian in movies. So you got all of this, just like I said earlier, they want you to do some kind of homosexual stuff, go against Yahweh and Yahweh. So that's the way they let you in there, because they want you to go against the laws of God, and homosexuality is a testimony or a proclamation that you hate God. You see, when you go to Romans, the first chapter, it talk about being haters of God. So as when you sleeping with men and women sleeping with women, you're a hater of God. So they want you to proclaim that you hate God and do some kind of homosexual act, you see. And Quincy Jones, Alice Walker, Gloria Steinem, and Spielberg, two Jewish peoples and two Judas Iscariots, pushing out the propaganda film of Color Purple. Then you got another lesbian, Oprah Winfrey. Let me get her on the screen. Oprah Winfrey, she up in there with Gail, another sellout. We not Gail. She coming all out talking crap about was it R. Kelly? And who else? She promoting the Wade with this homosexual stuff. You see, so it's all kinds of homosexuality going on and lesbianism. That you see all was connected with this propaganda film. The propaganda film put a magnifying glass on this stuff and on the players that was involved, and they keeping the whole operation going too. But just to make that quick film, all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh being the universal sovereign uh, creator of all things. Yahweh Shah being his firstborn son, also helping to create all things. And want to, by Hashem Rekakadash, in the name of the Holy Spirit, double honors to the elders pushing this truth out to the youth, and peace to the hopefully elect chosen to rule the next kingdom with Yahweh Shah, and death to America, death to these red dragons. Shalom.